Here we go again. Same old shit again. Marching down the avenue. One more day. And
Hello
we'll be
guys,
through.
welcome to my channel. Show some love by hitting that like button, subscribing and hitting on notifications. Get ready to buckle up and dive into the epic journey of David Goggins, a true force of determination and grit. From a past filled with challenges to becoming an absolute legend, this guy's story will blow your mind. Get hyped, because we're about to witness an extraordinary tale of smashing through barriers and unleashing the inner warrior.
Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world.
Are you pumped? 'Cause I am. So let's kick off this ride and get ready to feel the energy and inspiration flowing through every second. This is the electrifying, inspiring story of David Goggins. At 23, after leaving the United States Air Force, David Goggins found himself weighing a staggering 297 pounds, classified as obese. In the period between his discharge and enlisting in the Navy, he worked as a pest control fumigator, feeling stuck in a dark place. But one fateful day, everything changed.
And so here I am in this Air Force program, starting to get a little more confidence, but this water was kicking my ass. And 6 weeks into the program, the doctor gave me a blood test. It was I have sickle cell. They put me out training for a week. And when you go from being very uncomfortable in that water situation, and then now you're comfortable, and I'm sitting back watching the guys drown, I'm not part of the activities anymore for this week. I didn't want to get back in that damn water again. So the fear overcame me, and all my insecurities from everything started coming back. And even though no one knew how fucked up I was, kind of create this other person who was tough, I live with this shit all the time. So me not wanting to go back in that water, the doctor called me back up. I thought I was to get like a medical kick out of the military. So no quitting for me. They'll kick me out so I can have some pride. The doctor said, no, man, we could put you back in the training. And I was like, fuck. But after a week, I'm like, you know what? I missed 1 week. There's only 3 weeks left. I could tough this shit out and go on. But I went back to the commanding officer of the program, and the sergeant said, hey, you got to start from day one. And I broke. I couldn't imagine going back through that again.
While watching Navy SEALs going through grueling basic underwater demolition, SEAL, Bud-S training on TV, David's perspective shifted. He saw them as the toughest individuals on the planet, facing immense challenges. It was a wake-up call for him, realizing he had settled for mediocrity. Determined to transform his life, David quit his job and started working out relentlessly. He had a new purpose: to become a Navy SEAL. The journey wasn't easy. He faced hurdles, starting with the height and weight requirements. After persistent efforts, he finally found a recruiter, Stephen Shaljo, who gave him a chance. However, time was against David. He had less than 3 months to lose 106 pounds and retake the ASVAB test to qualify for active duty. With unwavering determination, he pushed himself to the limit, embracing a psychopathic routine of rigorous exercise and strict eating habits. David's transformation was fueled by a deep obsession, using pain and past demons to propel him forward. He endured hardships and weathered the harshest conditions, all in pursuit of his dream. Against all odds, David passed the ASVAB test with the required score of 50 and met the weight requirement, making it into the training program. His journey to becoming a Navy SEAL is a testament to the power of relentless perseverance and unyielding dedication. David Goggins' life began on February 17, 1975, in Williamsville, New York, on Paradise Road. He grew up in a neighborhood filled with what he calls model citizens, mainly white people, in stark contrast to his own home, which he describes as a living hell. His dad, Trunnis, owned a roller skating rink named Skateland in the so-called ghetto of East Buffalo, predominantly inhabited by black people. At just 6 years old, David was already working the night shift at the rink alongside his family members. His father took all the money they earned, leaving David's mom, Jackie, financially dependent on him. Late into the night, after the rink closed, David and his family would clean up before heading home. Unfortunately, their household was no stranger to domestic violence, with his father frequently subjecting them to violent abuse, leaving his mother battered and bruised. David, even at such a young age, fought back against his father's cruelty, but often ended up with wounds from the confrontations. Sometimes Jackie called the police, but Trunnis had a way of charming his way out of trouble, and it didn't end there.
And my dad is smacking the hell out of my mom and knocks her. She falls down, he grabs her by her hair and drags her down the stairs by her hair. So I go on the stairs and I jump on his back, and he beat the living hell out of me. I gotta go back and see what made him so f***ed up to make me so f***ed up. Why am I f***ed up? I actually drive back to Buffalo, New York to see my dad. And I go back as an older man now. I'm in my 20s. I'm not a kid anymore. And I realized he was the same man that he was. Somewhere in your fucking life, something fucked you up. And you didn't deal with it. And so you put that shit on me, my mom, and everybody around you. I'm gonna deal with my shit.
Trunnis had a gambling problem, and he would drag the family to the Batavia Downs horse racetrack, where he'd recklessly gamble away their money, chain smoking and binge drinking like a madman. These early experiences shaped David's character, but they also pushed him to break free from the cycle of violence and adversity. His journey from this difficult upbringing to becoming an inspiration for millions is nothing short of awe-inspiring. David Goggins' story is a testament to the power of resilience and determination, proving that no matter where you come from, you can rise above your circumstances and forge your path to greatness. Keep listening to discover how he transformed his life against all odds.
Going. What you're going to do is you're going to transform me from this guy right now that's kind of chilled out in this room, David Goggins, to Goggins. And I had to invent this person. David Goggins is an introverted, soft kid that got beat up growing up and mindset had to lie to create friends, to get friends, to be accepted. So my life has really been about two people. Very scary, but two people. I had to invent a whole nother human being to get outside of my comfort zone.
At a critical juncture on Paradise Road, it became clear that one of them might not make it out alive. David Goggins, his brother, and their mother endured relentless beatings day after day. Thankfully, they had an ally, a neighbor named Betty, who knew the truth about their harrowing situation. Betty encouraged David's mother to break free and helped her devise an escape plan. With courage and determination, David's mother managed to secure a credit card and carefully plotted their getaway. They packed their belongings and wisely used Trunnis's Volvo to evade detection. Driving to Betty's house first, they ensured they couldn't be traced. From there, they sought refuge at Goggins' grandparents' house in Brazil, Indiana. For the first time in his life, David felt free from the clutches of his abusive father, whom he refers to as the devil. Enrolling in second grade at a small Catholic school, David's family lived with his grandparents for 6 months before moving to a public housing block. While David's mother struggled to make ends meet, his father provided minimal child support despite his prosperous business. The challenges kept piling on for David. Due to the lack of schooling during his time on Paradise Road, he was diagnosed with a learning disability when he entered 3rd grade. The toxic stress resulting from the early years of abuse caused a stutter, and he endured a constant fight-or-flight response, leading to social anxiety at school. School became a real struggle for David, and he resorted to cheating as he couldn't grasp the content due to his learning disability. Amidst these difficulties, his mother pursued her dreams by studying at Indiana State University while working a part-time job to battle their ongoing poverty. A glimmer of hope appeared when David's mother met Wilmoth Irving, a carpenter and general contractor from Indianapolis, who became a positive father figure in David's life. Plans were made for a fresh start in Indianapolis, but tragedy struck on the day after Christmas when Wilmoth was murdered. At the tender age of 14, David was confronted with the lifeless body of the man he considered a father figure. Despite all the hardships he faced, David Goggins' story is about resilience, triumph over adversity, and finding strength even in the darkest moments. Stay tuned to discover how this young boy persevered against the odds to become an inspiration to us all.
Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. Once you put away your phones and your computers and all that we have nowadays, yeah, it's great. We're up to date. But your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through death, real life. You can't Google that, man. You're alone. You're alone. You may have a shrink you're going to, you may have a best friend you're going to, but there's 24 hours in the day where you're alone in this brain. And your brain is talking to you in all kinds of ways. And it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over.
Goggins is known for his self-help memoir, Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds, where he shares the 40% rule, believing most of us use only a fraction of our capabilities. A sequel, Never Finished: Unshackle Your Mind and Win the War Within was published in 2022.